Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Anita Anand with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to take vaccine, take precautions and stay safe, reiterates the mantra of Dawai Bhi Kadai Bhi. In his Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says positive spirit is imperative to fight corona and the countrymen have to maintain it. Prime Minister appeals to states to extend benefit of centres' free vaccine campaign to maximum people, lauds the role of nurses, ambulance drivers and other corona warriors in serving the people. Indian Railways to deliver more than 140 tonnes liquid oxygen in next 24 hours. Government says steel companies are doing their best to supplement medical oxygen supply in the country. Over 14 crore 9 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Delhi government extends lockdown till the 3rd of May amid spike in COVID cases. All necessary preparations put in place for 7th phase polling of assembly elections in West Bengal tomorrow. And in IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings beat Royal Challenger Bangalore by 69 runs in Mumbai. In another match, Sunrisers Hyderabad take on Delhi Capitals at Chennai. As the number of COVID cases is on the rise again, we appeal to our listeners not to lower their guard, take all precautions and all those above 45 years to get vaccinated without any hesitation. Stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that in this period of corona crisis, everyone is becoming aware of the importance of the vaccine. He appeals to people not to get swayed by any rumour about the vaccine. Sharing his thoughts in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio today, Mr. Modi said people above 45 years of age can benefit from the free vaccine that has been provided by the centre to all state governments. He said from the 1st of May, the vaccine is going to be made available for every person above 18 years in the country.
कोरोना की इस संकट काल में वैक्सीन की अहमियत सभी को पता चल रही है। इसलिए मेरा आग्रह है कि वैक्सीन को लेकर किसी भी अफवाह में न आए। आप सभी को मालूम भी होगा कि भारत सरकार की तरफ से सभी राज्य सरकारों को फ्री वैक्सीन भेजी गई है। अब देश का कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर, कंपनियां भी अपने कर्मचारियों को वैक्सीन लगाने के अभियान में भागीदारी निभा पाएगी। भारत सरकार की तरफ से मुफ्त वैक्सीन का जो कार्यक्रम अभी चल रहा है, वो आगे भी चलता रहेगा। मेरा राज्यों से भी आग्रह है कि वो भारत सरकार के इस मुफ्त वैक्सीन अभियान का लाभ अपने राज्य के ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचाएं।
Mr. Modi also urged people to take the vaccine, take precautions and stay safe. The Prime Minister said we should not forget the mantra of Dawai Bhi Kadai Bhi. He expressed hope that people will come out of this crisis soon.
मैं आप सभी से आग्रह करता हूं कि वैक्सीन हम सबको लगवाना है और पूरी सावधानी भी रखनी है। दवाई भी, कड़ाई भी। इस मंत्र को कभी भी नहीं भूलना है। हम जल्द ही साथ मिलकर इस आपदा से बाहर आएंगे।
He said the government of India is also fully engaged in taking forward the efforts of the state governments. Mr. Modi said state governments are also trying their best to fulfill their responsibilities. He said in order to tide over this crisis, he had long deliberations with experts from different sectors. Mr. Modi said people from the pharma industry, vaccine manufacturers, those connected with oxygen production, experts from the medical field have put forth their valuable suggestions to the government. The Prime Minister said this time, for emerging victorious in the battle against COVID-19, we have to accord priority to expert and scientific advice. In this edition of Mann Ki Baat, which focused on the COVID-19 pandemic, Mr. Modi interacted with corona warriors. Mr. Modi spoke to Sister Surekha, Senior Nursing Officer in KC Jindal Hospital, Bengaluru, who said early testing and proper tracking help reduce the mortality rate.
The early testing and proper tracking help us to reduce the mortality rate. If you find any symptoms, isolate yourself and consult nearby doctors and get treated as early as possible. So community need to know awareness about this disease and be positive. Don't be panic. With my own experience, I wanted to tell the citizens of India, no vaccines provides 100% protections immediately. It takes time to build a immunity. Please don't be scared to get vaccinated. Vaccinate yourself. There is a minimal side effects.
The Prime Minister said our personnel from the medical field and frontline workers are all endeavouring 24/7 in service. He said other people of the society also are not lagging behind at this time.
हमारे मेडिकल फील्ड के लोग फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स दिन रात सेवा कार्यों में लगे हैं, वैसे ही समाज के अन्य लोग भी इस समय पीछे नहीं है। देश एक बार फिर एकजुट होकर कोरोना के खिलाफ लड़ाई लड़ रहा है। कोई क्वारंटाइन में रह रहे परिवारों के लिए दवा पहुंचा रहा है, कोई सब्जियां, दूध, फल आदि पहुंचा रहा है, कोई एम्बुलेंस की मुफ्त सेवाएं मरीजों को दे रहा है। देश के अलग अलग कोने में इस चुनौतीपूर्ण समय में भी स्वयंसेवी संगठन आगे आकर दूसरों की मदद के लिए जो भी कर सकते हैं वो करने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
Mr. Modi said the country is once again united and fighting against corona. He said even in such challenging times, in different corners of the country, voluntary organizations are coming forward and trying to do whatever they can to help others. Mr. Modi said hundreds and thousands of brothers and sisters from nursing staff are performing their duties exemplarily, and it is a big inspiration for everyone. He urged them to give special attention to their health as well and take care of their family. The Prime Minister said this time new awareness is also being seen in villages, and by strictly following the COVID rules, people are protecting their villages from corona. He said this resolve gives us strength and confidence. He added that whatever efforts are being made are of great service to the society and they strengthen the power of society.
इस बार गांवों में भी नई जागरूकता देखी जा रही है। कोविड नियमों का सख्ती से पालन करते हुए लोग अपने गांव की कोरोना से रक्षा कर रहे हैं। जो लोग बाहर से आ रहे हैं उनके लिए सही व्यवस्थाएं भी बनाई जा रही हैं। शहरों में भी कई नौजवान सामने आए हैं जो अपने क्षेत्र में कोरोना के केस न बढ़े इसके लिए स्थानीय निवासियों के साथ मिलकर प्रयास कर रहे हैं। यानी एक तरफ देश दिन रात अस्पतालों, वेंटिलेटर्स और दवाइयों के लिए काम कर रहा है, तो दूसरी ओर देशवासी भी जी जान से कोरोना की चुनौती का मुकाबला कर रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister said today's Mann Ki Baat focused on the corona pandemic as the biggest priority is to defeat the disease. He added that positive spirit is imperative to fight corona and the countrymen have to maintain it.
कोरोना से लड़ने के लिए पॉजिटिव स्पिरिट बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है और देशवासियों को इसे बनाए रखना। साथियों, डॉक्टर्स और नर्सिंग स्टाफ के साथ साथ इस समय लैब टेक्नीशियंस और एम्बुलेंस ड्राइवर्स जैसे फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर्स भी भगवान की तरह ही काम कर रहे हैं। जब कोई एम्बुलेंस किसी मरीज तक पहुंचती है तो उन्हें एम्बुलेंस ड्राइवर देवदूत जैसा ही लगता है। इन सब की सेवाओं के बारे में, इनके अनुभव के बारे में देश को जरूर जानना चाहिए।
The Centre has directed states and union territories to ensure that liquid oxygen is exclusively used for medical purposes only. The exception to 9 industries has also been withdrawn in order to enhance availability of medical oxygen in the country. Union Home Secretary and Chairman National Executive Committee Ajay Bhalla has written to Chief Secretaries of States and Administrators of Union Territories in this regard. Renowned classical singer Rajan Mishra passed away today. He breathed his last at a hospital in Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed grief over his death. He said his passing away is an irreparable loss to the art and music world.
You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to take vaccine, take precautions and stay safe. Reiterates the mantra of Dawai Bhi Kadai Bhi. In his Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says positive spirit is imperative to fight corona and the countrymen have to maintain it. Prime Minister appeals to states to extend benefit of centre's free vaccine campaign to maximum people. Lauds the role of nurses, ambulance drivers and other corona warriors in serving the people. Indian Railways to deliver more than 140 tons liquid oxygen in next 24 hours. Government says steel companies are doing their best to supplement medical oxygen supply in the country. Over 14 crore 9 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Delhi government extends lockdown till 3rd of May amid spike in COVID cases. All necessary preparations put in place for 7th phase polling of assembly elections in West Bengal tomorrow. And in IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings beat Royal Challengers Bangalore by 69 runs in Mumbai. In another match, Sunrisers Hyderabad take on Delhi Capitals at Chennai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the evening news. Indian Railways will deliver more than 140 tons liquid oxygen in the next 24 hours. The Railway Ministry said currently 9 tankers are already on the run, out of which 5 will reach Lucknow by tonight. The remaining 4 containers of liquid medical oxygen, which have already started from Bokaro, Jharkhand, are expected to reach Lucknow early tomorrow. The ministry said a total of 10 containers having nearly 150 tons of liquid oxygen have been carried so far. The government has said that steel sector companies are doing their best to supplement medical oxygen supply in the country. Yesterday, the steel sector produced over 3,470 tons of liquid medical oxygen. This is higher than its capacity. Ministry of Steel said this was possible as most units have reduced the production of nitrogen and argon and are only producing liquid medical oxygen. All-out efforts are being made to enhance the production of liquid oxygen and for dispensing the same. All oxygen plants, whether in private or public, are working 24/7. Steel plants are also filling oxygen cylinders and supplying to states and hospitals.
India's vaccination drive against COVID-19 crossed another milestone today with administration of over 14 crore 9 lakh doses within 99 days of the world's largest vaccination program. The Health Ministry has informed that with more than 25 lakh 36,000 doses of COVID vaccine administered in the last 24 hours. India has become the fastest country to administer over 14 crore doses in a record time. The number of COVID vaccination centers in the country increased from nearly 45,000 to nearly 65,000, registering a growth of over 20,000 centers in a short span of time. The Health Ministry has informed that so far more than 11 crore and 85 lakh people in the country have received the first dose of COVID vaccine, whereas nearly 2 crore and 22 lakh have been fully vaccinated with both the required doses. From the 1st of next month, which is also the third phase of the largest vaccination drive, everyone above the age of 18 years will be eligible to take COVID vaccines. The registration for the third phase will begin with this Wednesday on the CoWIN platform and Arogya Setu app. Dr. Randeep Guleria, Director, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, has said that COVID-19 infection is normal infection in maximum cases. He said in 85 to 90% cases, the infection is in the form of fever, sneezing, sore throat, body ache, and cough. And the maximum number of infected people will recover without any specific treatment in the form of remdesivir, oxygen, and other medicines. He also said only 10 to 15% will have severe infection and they need remdesivir and other medicines. He reiterated that remdesivir is not a magic bullet and it is given to only those patients who are hospitalized, have moderate to severe disease and whose oxygen saturation is below 93. Dr. Naresh Trehan, Chairman, Medans, urged people to consult doctors as soon as their RT-PCR report comes positive. He said all doctors know protocol and will begin treatment accordingly. He added that 90% of patients can recover at home if given correct medicines on time.
The centre has substantially increased the allotment of antiviral drug remdesivir to all states. Maximum 4,35,000 vials have been allotted to Maharashtra, followed by 1,65,000 to Gujarat, 1,61,000 to UP and 1,22,000 to Karnataka. 72,000 vials have been allotted to Delhi, 75,000 to Chhattisgarh and 95,000 vials to Madhya Pradesh. This allocation is till the 30th of this month. The Delhi government has decided to extend the lockdown in the wake of rising cases in the national capital. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today announced that the lockdown has been extended till 5 a.m. on the 3rd of May. During the lockdown, people engaged in essential services and facing emergency conditions will be allowed for movement on producing the valid documents. Earlier, a 6-day lockdown was imposed in the city to contain the spread of COVID-19 cases.
The Maharashtra government today announced that it will administer the COVID vaccine to all its citizens for free. People aged from 18 to 45 years will get the vaccine for free in government hospitals. Uttar Pradesh government has said that no hospital in the state, whether it is private or government, can deny the treatment of any COVID patient. Government also announced that it will bear the treatment expenses of the patients admitted to private hospitals as per the rules, but patients must get the necessary treatment immediately. Kerala reported highest single-day surge in COVID cases today as it confirmed 28,469 new cases. Our Thiruvananthapuram correspondent reports that restrictions similar to lockdown are being imposed across the state today.
As COVID scenario continues to be worse, State Health Minister K.K. Shailaja said that the COVID treatment facilities are being enhanced in the state and Thiruvananthapuram Medical College will be made completely prepared for COVID treatment immediately. An all-party meet will be held tomorrow to decide on further action on containing the pandemic in the state. Mayush Shah for AR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
In West Bengal, all the necessary preparations have been finalized for the 7th phase of polling of assembly elections tomorrow. The polling will be conducted in 34 assembly constituencies spread over 5 districts from 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Our correspondent gives this report on the key constituencies going to polls in the 7th phase.
Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's home turf, Bhawanipur Assembly seat, is the focus of attention in the 7th phase. The Electricity Minister in her cabinet, Subhadev Chattopadhyay, is contesting from here against actor Rudranil Ghosh of BJP. Bharatiya Janata Party has fielded well-known economist and former Chief Economic Advisor Ashok Lahiri as its candidate from the Balurghat Assembly constituency in North Bengal's Dakshin Dinajpur district. He will take on Shekhar Das Gupta of TMC and Sucheta Bishwas of RSP. The State Minister Firhad Hakim will test his luck from Kolkata Port constituency, where he has locked horns with BJP's Awadh Kishore Gupta and Congress Mohammad Mukhtar. Sudhindra, AIR News, Kolkata.
Meanwhile, the Election Commission today rejected TMC President and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's allegation that instructions have been given by some officers of the poll body and observers to arrest TMC workers.
In IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings have defeated Royal Challengers Bangalore by 69 runs at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. Falling prey to excellent all-round performance by Ravindra Jadeja, RCB failed to achieve the target of 192 runs in the stipulated 20 overs. The match was virtually Jadeja versus Royal Challengers as he performed brilliantly in all spheres, batting, bowling and his forte fielding. In the second match of the day, Delhi Capitals have won the toss and elected to bat against Sunrisers Hyderabad at M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. When the reports last came in, Delhi Capitals were 131 for 2 in 17 overs.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. In Jammu, the sky will be mainly clear. Minimum temperature will be around 17 degrees Celsius, while maximum will go up to 34 degrees. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky with minimum of 6 degrees and maximum of 24. Leh will have mainly clear sky with temperatures hovering between -2 degrees to 11 degrees. In Gilgit, minimum temperature will be around 9, maximum expected around 27. The region will have mainly clear sky. In Muzaffarabad, with temperature shifting from minimum of 12 degrees to maximum 30 degrees Celsius, sky will remain mainly clear. National capital Delhi is expected to have mainly clear sky with minimum temperature at around 19 degrees Celsius. Maximum is expected to hover around 38 degrees. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to take vaccine, take precautions and stay safe. Reiterates the mantra of Dawai Bhi, Kadai Bhi. In his Mann Ki Baat program, Prime Minister says positive spirit is imperative to fight corona and the countrymen have to maintain it. Prime Minister appeals to states to extend benefit of centre's free vaccine campaign to maximum people, lauds the role of nurses, ambulance drivers and other corona warriors in serving the people. Indian Railways to deliver more than 140 tons liquid oxygen in next 24 hours. Government says steel companies are doing their best to supplement medical oxygen supply in the country. Over 14 crore 9 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Delhi government extends lockdown till 3rd of May amid spike in COVID cases. All necessary preparations put in place for 7th phase polling of assembly elections in West Bengal tomorrow. And in IPL cricket, Chennai Super Kings beat Royal Challengers Bangalore by 69 runs in Mumbai in another match. Sunrisers Hyderabad to take on Delhi Capitals at Chennai. And with that we end the evening news. Good night.